Growing up with gangs ain't no joke, y'all. I said, growing up with gangs ain't no joke, y'all. And I'm not talking about the Blue Crips and the Red Bloods. No, I'm talking about the Kings, the Cobras, the Maniacs. The niggas that are maniacs. In the neighborhoods where respect was earned, not given. Where everyone in the streets was driven. Driven for the wrong reasons. Yo, that cat is dangerous. Don't mess with that nigga. He don't even have a job but still be making 6 figures. You see, I grew up around all this violence and anger. So to the streets, I'm definitely not a stranger. So the sight of a gang fight that might burst at any moment doesn't scare me. No, it angers me. I've witnessed shootings and beatings. And I've had feelings fleeting from my heart as I start to think, is this my future? I've seen friends go down wrong paths, paths they thought were already chosen for them. On one hand, you have this game. On the other, you have this game. They come to a fork. I was warned about this fork and yo, call me a dork. But when I got to this fork, like Capadonna says, I went straight. Even if it meant that instead of being a real nigga in these stupid bitches' eyes, I was fake. You see, I knew what was at stake. My life. My future. My parents raised me to be smarter than these savages on the street. They taught me when I'm pissed, instead of raising my fists, I should just walk away. Don't get me wrong, it's damn near impossible to grow up with this and not be in at least one fight. Sometimes you have to do what must be done. But a victorious battle in the streets is nothing to celebrate because nothing is won. The first time I scrapped, I didn't even want to fight. I tried to be a hero and save my best friend's nephew from his own loud mouth because I knew the niggas he was talking to. So I got jumped instead. My best friend ran as I was hit in the face and thrown to the ground and kicked in the head. Later that day, my dad spotted the guys that did it. You see, I was outside the park. My dad was inside the park. My father grew up in the streets of Puerto Rico where his father told him and his brothers to fight for no reason. So he's all about knowing how to earn respect. He stopped the kids and looked at me and said, no son of mine is gonna be a punk ass. Either you pick one of these to fight or I'm gonna take you home and beat your ass. That day I learned not to be weak. From that day, I knew if you had to raise your fist, and don't be afraid to do it. You see, I moved from the street where I meet nothing but a dead end. Growing up there, however, gave me character, strength, will, pride. Without my father to show me, I would not have these wisdoms inside. You see, I speak of the streets and everything negative around me. Only twice did I mention the parents that raised me, but not once did you hear I ever gave in to the street. They gave me wisdom, and I followed it. My parents tested me every time they could. They never took a backseat to my education because they understood everything starts in the home. So when I acted a fool at school or anywhere else, they always put a hand to my dome. TJ, listen to me, son. I want you to dream big. Follow your dreams no matter what people say is possible. In life, you shouldn't stop, but be unstoppable. Keep moving forward toward what makes you blissful. And when people say you can't, then you give them a mouthful. Tell them how much you actually can do it and stand behind the strong convictions of your words. Don't let these niggas in the street getting high as a bird. Son, life is hard as you will come to see. But stay strong and we will always be there when need be. My parents always had my back through thick and thin, but they knew to let me grow. My father showed me and taught me how to live strong and play hard. He taught me the value of competition. My mother showed me the soft, loving side to everything. She taught me the value of love in my heart. She showed me how to care deeply and hold dearly. Together they taught me life itself. They raised a man in every sense of the word. I think for myself, live for myself, fight for myself, and nowhere along the way was I ever by myself. Not a day goes by that I don't remember how many times they told me how proud they am and how smart I am in their eyes. And how missing them by my side sometimes forces me to cry. And no, they aren't dead, but so far away. But the pain that no words, especially I love you, can describe what I want to say. From the gangs I grew up with and the parents that told me I didn't have to be that way, I always had a choice to leave or stay. And here I am today, following my dreams as I was told to do so. And because I dared to dream big, not understanding that even if I shoot for the moon and miss, I'll still land among the stars, because nothing fails like success. And here, dealing with the stress in life that comes from what I can only guess to be the feeling of never really being able to show exactly the feelings I have in my heart. Now I'm wise beyond what should be, still learning what I could be, because I was given the opportunity to be. So through the ups and downs of life, my parents knew of the heartache and strife. But I ask you this, without them, where would I be in life?